I found another natural fertilizer competing with Milorganite this year. Let's see what this one has to offer. This is a store brand natural fertilizer I found at my local Fleet Farm. So Fleet Farm is a farm and hardware store throughout the upper Midwest. Their store brand is the superior product. And here they've got an all natural fertilizer. Again, the clues that this is aimed right at Milorganite. Composition here is 550. That is exactly the same as Milorganite. And all natural fertilizer. Apply anytime. That is verbiage right off the Milorganite bag. The other clues to this being a Milorganite competitor here, we've got contains iron, non-burning, slow-release fertilizer, and spring, summer, or fall. Again, that is taken basically directly from the Milorganite label, and also it's a 32-pound bag covering 2,500 square feet. Again, exact duplication of Milorganite. So why did I buy this stuff? Why not just go with the established Milorganite brand? Well, competition is a good thing, and I want to check out these new products as they come on the market. So the first thing is this bag is actually pretty high quality. Some of those bags get punctured really easily, and then you've got fertilizer all over the darn place, but this one seems pretty resilient and waterproof. And like most store brands, this stuff is a little bit cheaper than Milorganite. So Milorganite right now at this retailer is going for $12 a bag. This stuff is going for $10 a bag. And it was on sale, 5 bags for $35, which is a pretty significant cost savings over Milorganite at this time. Is this stuff as good as Milorganite? Well, based on the analysis, it's exact parity. So we've got 5% total nitrogen, 5% available phosphate, and 3% iron. Again, that is obviously this thing is aimed right at Milorganite. Let's open this thing up and see how it looks. And wouldn't you know, it also looks very similar to Milorganite. I would assume this is made at a different facility. Milorganite is actually a product of the Milwaukee wastewater system, and it's the micronutrients they basically extract from human waste. So this one, they must be using a different source. But I bet the equipment they purchased to buy this is very similar to what they use at the Milorganite plant. But one of the biggest differences, its smell. You've got that iron smell, the same as Milorganite. But overall, the smell of this is basically a 4 out of 10, and Milorganite's like a 7 out of 10 as far as strength of odor. So this stuff has less of an odor. So I would say it's actually an advantage for this product. Overall, I'd say this stuff definitely is a viable Milorganite alternative. Based on the analysis, it's exact parity with Milorganite, but you can save a few bucks. So there's a clue on the bag here of who's manufacturing this, and you can see on the manufactured by Central Region Cooperative, Sleepy Eye, Minnesota. So that's the same manufacturer from BCA Products. So what's in the bag here is that same thing. Fleet Farm has just partnered with them to make a store brand of this. I used that BCA product last year and got great results of it. And I would say the analysis is true, and it is a direct replacement for Milorganite. As I've alluded to throughout the video, Milorganite is the original all-natural fertilizer, which is a byproduct of the wastewater treatment facility out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. They pelletize and dry sort of the byproducts of that process that have nutrients in them and put them in a bag and make them available for fertilizer instead of putting them into a landfill. So Last year I talked about BCA products. That's one out of Minnesota following a similar process. And then this year, obviously, we just took a look at the Superior, the store brand for Fleet Farm stores, doing the same thing. As we found out in the video, BCA products and the Superior product are basically the same thing. They're coming from the same manufacturing site in Minnesota. As you could probably tell, I've got a lot of energy around these all-natural fertilizers, and the big question is, why is that? Well, number one, I think this is more like feeding your lawn broccoli versus a sugary drink. They both get your lawn to grow, but the overall health of it, I think, is better with these natural fertilizers. And the reason for that is they include the macronutrients, the 3 that we see on the label, but also the micronutrients, sort of like the vitamins within that food. The other thing is these are all manufactured within my country, so it helps the local economy. A lot of the big fertilizer suppliers, the nitrogen, the potash, those ingredients are coming from overseas, and as we see right now with conflict over in Eastern Europe with Ukraine and Russia, that's creating a huge supply chain problem for these raw materials, which is spiking prices up of the conventional fertilizer. The other piece is sustainability, and these natural fertilizers are taking what would be a waste stream, things that would be landfilled, and making it into a useful product that you can use in your garden or your lawn to grow things. So I think all around that is just an incredible story. And it's cost competitive, which makes it even better. We're not spending a bunch more money on these. They are a bit more if you look at dollars per pound of nitrogen. But overall, I think it's worth it, and the difference is relatively small. So if you haven't tried these yet, I would suggest that you try them. I think you'll be impressed, especially with that iron included in these products. It gives a deep greening aspect to these fertilizers that you don't get with most conventional fertilizers. Hope you learned something. Thanks for watching. Adios.